Check out BigBadToyStore.com for this and other great toys. Ah, yes, Optimus Prime. Ripping off faces since 2007.
Hey, what's up YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Here you have Optimus with his sword of judgment, all like, I'm gonna cut you in half, because that's what I do. I cut people in half and rip off faces. Transformers 4 Age of Extinction, Transformers. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots, sword of judgment, vector shield, and your bio if you want to read it. And that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along, here we have the new Leader Class Optimus Prime, based on his new look in the movie, and looks very good. Again, you know, just like with the first edition, I really love the new truck mode for Optimus Prime. I think it looks really good. I love this updated truck. It's very, very cool. And very nicely done. A lot of nice paint work. Got the Tampographed Autobot symbol right there. And there is chrome on this guy. That is some chrome in places that I likes the chrome. I think this pulls it off a lot better than the first edition. And just to get it out of the way right now, we'll bring in the first edition Optimus Prime. As you can see, a major size difference here between the first edition and the regular retail release. Yeah, quite a size difference there. But just to point out some notable differences here, at least chrome-wise. On the first edition, they only chromed this center part here, and these sides are just done in silver paint. Here, they chromed the entire front grille. You can actually see my face in it. That's how shiny it is. They chromed the entire front grille. This part right here is just done in silver paint, whereas on the retail release, it is done in chrome, and I really like that. On the first edition, the steps here and the gas tanks are just done in silver paint. Over here, it is done in chrome, and I like that a lot better. Smokestacks on the first edition, barely painted, and nothing else. On the retail release, nice and chromed out, and I love that so much. And on the first edition, they did not paint in the trailer hitch, and on the retail release, they actually painted in the trailer hitch. So there you have the notable differences here. On this one, they actually chromed out the Western Star logo. On this one, it's not even picked out in paint, but it's still there. It's still molded in. But yeah, obviously some notable differences here. The trans clearance windshields are done in a yellowish plastic, whereas here it's done in a more of a blue. So there are basically your most notable differences here, obviously, as opposed to just the size difference. So there you have that. And for some more comparisons, here he is with Movie 1, Leader Class Prime. So you can see how they look together and how they stack up. Just put them nose to nose here. There you go. You get a good sense of how he stacks up with Movie 1 Prime. And here he is with Revenge of the Fallen / Dark of the Moon, Leader Prime. Just so you can see how they look together. I'll just put them nose to nose here. And you can see how he stacks up scale-wise with Movie 2 and 3 Leader Prime. So there you have that. Now, obviously, he does come with weapons, and we'll do comparisons of those as well with the first edition. Here is the Sword of Judgment that comes with the retail release here. And as you can see, compared to the first edition, I mean, again, there is, a size difference. But another difference is the paint. Not much, but it makes this one look a little bit better. Just with the red and the blue, it does make it pop a lot more than this. This is just kind of flat and kind of boring, and the red and blue really just kind of makes it pop a lot better. So, and the yellow plastic is obviously, you know, different shades there. So there you have that. So he does have a sword, and of course he comes with his shield, the Vector shield. And here it is with the first edition. And as you can see, the first edition one's way bigger. It has this kind of, I guess, kind of energy effect, and it looks like it's more opened up. Whereas this one is just kind of closed up, and it's kind of in a gun mode. It actually has a triple-barreled thing going on there. So apparently it's going to have a gun mode and a shield mode. So, whoop. So there you have that. And a bit more paint. There's some red paint here just to pick out some details, whereas on this it's just silver. So there you have that. Now, your storage for these weapons, just like the first edition, there is a slot right here. Just take the sword, slide it in, and there you go. You got your storage for the sword, and guess where the shield goes? Oh, what a surprise, it goes on the trailer hitch. Because that's pretty much what you do with all Optimus Prime accessories. You just pop them on the trailer hitch. So there you go. There is all your weapons stored. You're ready to go. One nice thing, it actually does have rubber tires, which is cool. You don't really see that much anymore on Transformers, so it's very nice when you actually see one that has rubber tires. So, yeah, but very, very nice looking truck mode. Again, I'm a big fan of this truck mode. I think it just looks really, really good. And, you know, nicely represented in this toy. So, I think we'll get down to transformation, shall we? Let's get right down to it. We'll pop off the shield, put that off to the side. You don't have to take out the sword, but I'm going to take it out just to make things a little bit easier. Just pop that out, put that off to the side, and we'll get started. So, first thing you want to do is you want to come up here. You want to pop this whole top section off, bring it up, and get that out of the way. Take these side panels here, bring them up, and they'll also bring the gas tanks with it. Bring that all the way out, like that. And that'll basically give you clearance for the arms. Bring that out, like that. Once you have that done, you're going to untab this section here, and raise this whole assembly up against the back, like so. And it will actually just lock into place. There is a you know, little tabs here that'll catch in right there to hold that in place. Once you do that, raise the camera up a bit. Once you do that, you're just going to take the wheels and push them down, and that compresses all that a bit more, which is nice. Once you've done that, you're going to take the arms, just extend them down, and then you're going to take them and bring the shoulders back, all the way back. You can see they come quite a ways back. You want to make sure they come all the way back and lock into place. They will actually lock into place. So bring that shoulder back, all the way back. Sometimes they will actually click, sometimes they don't. This one didn't click, but it's still locked into place. So as long as if it doesn't budge, you did it right. So there you have that. Once you have that done, you bring the legs down. You want to rotate the waist 180, and then split the legs like that. And we'll concentrate on the legs for now. We'll bring this leg up just so you can see better what I'm doing here. You're going to take the front grille section, you're going to bring this up, and you're going to rotate it 180, just like that. Then you're going to take this whole assembly here, and you're going to rotate it downward. Now, one cool thing that happens here, if you notice, there is this little trap door, basically. There's this panel that's on a spring, and you see it just pops up to fill in that gap. You see this whole bit right here goes into the leg and fills that in. And when you bring it out, that panel just comes in and fills in that gap. That's really cool. That's a nice touch. Just want to rotate that, bring it all the way down, and then come over here about the foot, take the wheel, and rotate it 180 like that. And there you have a leg all done. Second verse, same as the first. Bring up the grill, rotate it, take this whole section here, rotate that down, bring up the foot, Take the wheel, rotate that 180, and there you go. Now you got your legs all done. You just want to take this piece here, bring that down against the scratch. You want to take these side panels here and bring them up, and this front half of this panel here will split. And then of course you want to take this, you want to collapse this back in the way it was, and then bring that right up against his waist, and that'll make these side skirt pieces. So bring that up, make sure you bring that panel all the way in, and kind of get it behind the leg too. You basically want to make sure that it clears this, and then you have the side skirt pieces. We'll just bring his arms back down, and then you just want to take this section here, you want to split it, bring it off to the sides, bring it down against his shoulders, and then last but not least, let me raise the camera to make sure you catch it, because it's the exciting final reveal. You take the chest piece here, you bring it down, and you get the head. Just springs up. And did I get everything? I think I got everything. Yes, I got everything. And there you have it, people. There you have Leader Class Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And looks really nice. Definitely better than the first edition. I think it just, it's still a shell former, but at least it does try to incorporate more of the truck mode than the first edition did. So I definitely give it kudos for that. Still kind of a shell former, but I think the engineering is a lot more clever on this. Getting close here on the head sculpt. You can see nice head sculpt. He actually does have the mouth plate on, as opposed to the first edition just has no mouth plate. And it's a nice head sculpt, very nice. Got some pretty decent light piping going on there. And overall, nice design. Just, again, a lot of nice molded in details. Even underneath this chest plate here, a lot of molded in detail. It looks really good. And this is really the only chrome in robot mode. Just this little chest panel here. And looks good. Looks really good. And again, just an overall very nice design here with this robot mode. I think this pulls it off a lot better than the first edition. Now, granted, he still ends up with a lot of backpack, hangy-offy bits that you wish compressed a little more and folded up and kind of got out of the way. So it does still have the problem of the first edition with this kind of big backpack. And again, I just wish that maybe there was just that extra hinge here just to kind of take these bits and, fold them up or fold them to the side or something. Not just have them hanging like that, because it does kind of get in the way of articulation, but what are you gonna do? It is what it is. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you do get a good range of movement there. The arms can do a full 360. It's on a nice ratcheting joint. You get some outward movement, also on a nice ratcheting joint. As you can see, the shoulder pads will move out of the way to accommodate it. You do have a nice clickety-clackety elbow joint, as well as rotation at the elbow. The only hand articulation, no wrist articulation, but the only hand articulation you get is you can move his thumb. You can hitchhike. I don't know. He does have a waist joint. Legs can go forward on a nice clickety-clackety joint. They can go backwards, but again, all this stuff back here does get in the way of the backwards movement of that joint, unfortunately. He does have rotation at the knee. He does have a nice knee joint there, about 90 degrees of movement there at the knee. The feet, they can pivot up and down, and actually do have a bit of an ankle tilt, and they can rotate. So, you are able to get some pretty good poses out of this guy. But yeah, pretty cool figure. Pretty cool. Definitely better than the first edition, in my opinion. It definitely handles the backpack a bit better, not by much, but a bit better. And I'll get some more of the differences when we do the comparisons of robot mode. But of course, he can hold his sword of judgment. Just want to open up his thumb here. You'll see here in the sword, if you can see here there are little notches in the sword on either side. And he has these tabs on the inside of his palms. So you just want to take it, line that up, then just close his thumb around it, and there he has his sword. And then he has a port right here on this form, and you just take it and plug the shield in to his other arm, like that. And there you go. Now he has a shield / gun. So now he's all armed up. I wonder if you can, actually I haven't tried this yet. Let me see. I wonder if this one will actually fit on here. Yeah, maybe? Maybe? Let's see. Oh, I think, oh, yes you can. Hey! If you want, you could totally use the first edition shield on this. Hey! I learned something just now. I learned something live on camera. Right, hey. So you can use the first edition shield on this figure if you want, if you prefer this look. Hey, why not? Dare I say why not? Although this one does look better. It's a little more cohesive looking. But, there you go. But yeah, really cool figure, honestly. Really cool. I really do dig this. Now, for comparison, here he is with Movie 1, Leader Prime. So you can see how he scales there. You can see a little bit shorter at the head than Movie 1, Leader Prime. Here he is with Movie 2, Movie 3, Leader Prime. Obviously the superior version. The best one we've gotten. Here you can see way shorter than Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Leader Prime. So there you have that. Here he is with his wave mate, Leader Class Grimlock. You can see a tad shorter at the head than Leader Grimlock. And here he is with the first edition Leader Prime. Now, again, as you can see, major differences, a bunch of chrome on this guy, not so much on him. You can see, you know, some of the differences that I pointed out earlier. The retail release, like I said, he wears the backpack a lot better because, you know, there is a bit more of the truck that's actually incorporated into the robot mode. So it kind of reduces how much backpack he has, and he wears it a lot better. I like how the smokestacks are coming out of his shoulders and look a bit more cohesive, whereas these, they're just kind of all out there and sticking up way farther than they're supposed to. You know, like I said, overall they do have the same problem with the backpack, with this just kind of hanging stuff going on here. You know, overall I do think that this one is a lot better. And it's funny and kind of sad that the retail release is way better than the premium first edition version. It's kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time. But, hey! What can you do, right? What can you do? But, overall though, really, really cool figure, honestly. Like I said, this definitely beats out the first edition Prime. Really digging it. Like the truck mode, the transformation, you know, it's still shell formery. But I still think it does do a bit more transforming than the first edition one. And like I said, it does incorporate a bit more of the truck into the robot mode. So, you know, still kind of a shell former, but not as much. You know, the chrome here is definitely done a lot better than it's done on the first edition. But overall, though, it's a cool figure, and I do quite like it. And I do think it's definitely worth your time. You know, like I've said in the other reviews for this toy line, if this suits your taste in any way, pick it up. If not, then you save some money. I won't tell you to run out and buy it. I won't tell you don't buy it. I'll just leave it at that. If you like it, buy it. If not, you save some money. Like I said, that's how I'm going to wrap up all of these Age of Extinction reviews. But me personally, excuse me, I really do like this figure. I think it came out really good, and like I said, way better than the first edition, which is funny and sad at the same time. So, there you have it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Loriplan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. Oh! I forgot something. I totally forgot to show off one little feature. Oh my god! How dare I? Dare I say, how dare I? Storage for the sword. I can't believe I almost forgot this. Wow, I was probably going to get like 50,000 comments mentioning, you forgot to show this. Storage for the sword. Now obviously this is the sheath that you use in truck mode. But the cool thing about this is, you can see here how this hinge is actually at an angle. What you do is you untap it from here, bring it up, and it will lock into place. Bring it down, and that'll lock into place. And you'll see now this sits at an angle. So then you can sheath the sword, and it sheaths right there at an angle, which is really cool. I really like that. That's clever. That's very, very clever, and I like how they pulled that off. And I can't believe I almost forgot to show that off. But that's a neat little feature right there that the first edition doesn't have either. But now we're done. That's it, I believe. I think that's it for that toy. I think now I can officially sign off. Okay, so, take two. Don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Loriplan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.
Alright, Autobots, it's time to end this war. Grimlock, I'll be riding you into battle. We already talked about this. Oh, come on, please. No. Oh, come on, please. No. God. You don't get point, do you? Oh, come on, but how cool would it look? The Decepticons would scrap their pants. No deal. How about if I offered you some pizza bagels? Me, Grimlock, no like pizza bagels. Is it about what I did to your cousin? I said I was sorry.